Attention, little people, I have an announcement.
These commentaries were originally recorded from April to June of 2024. I love the show and people and the focus of the positive, but with all that said, here's what is more. The guests love the show and people too, but are allowed to speak their mind. The critiques they share and opinions they bear are only theirs, not mine.
I think you mean ours?
Well, yeah.
Opinions are kinda like jellyfish, shiny and they're flown and change shape a lot. Not all opinions shared banter reflect our true and current thought. These have been re-edited to keep the commentary in sync. I only muted what I wanted to cut so the track can show a link. So if you hear some silence, you'll understand why, folks. And me and Kev apologize for our incessant inside jokes. Lastly, not all commentaries turned out as good as others. Some days it didn't flow as well, but we always recovered.
And if you're not watching the show along with our commentary, you might be confused as to what we're talking about, which is kind of a given. But if you're like a crazy super fan who knows every detail of every episode, have at it. With all of that out of the way, enjoy the show!
It's the Yippee logo!
Whoa!
Bum 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 bum! Yippee!
Yippee!
Give me your best Yippee. I know you just did, but do it again.
Yippee! Hey, it's the Trilogy animation logo.
I owe Trilogy a big apology, genuinely. In my podcast, I was always like, Trilogy Animation made the visuals look weird. Trilogy Animation didn't animate the show. They just did pre-production. They did the storyboards and the, from what I can gather, storyboards, maybe editing, I don't know. But the Prana Rama or whatever the heck it's called. No, 88 Pictures. Prana or Parama or something did the episode, yeah. And then, yeah, that's right. And then 88 Pictures did the rest. And even then, 88 Pictures did a good job some of the time. Emphasis on some of the time. I think it depended on the time they had.
I think the lighting here on Nether looks nice.
It does, but something about the animation is awkward. Like, Bob's eyes are always... That looks nice.
Yeah.
I like that shot. I get it's technologically advanced compared to the original show, but it looks awkward because when they close their mouths, they don't have that line, you know?
Right.
That line. Also, the Boo Booville house? No, that's the pop star house in the background on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Princess Poppy Seed's farm. It looks nice here, though. Larry's eyes look really cute there. This whole sequence looks nice.
Yeah.
Also, fun way to start the show. I always liked, in this and Shakespearegus, which might be worth talking about too, the office view from the window's nice. I like that he has the picture of his grandma or his mom.
That was a return of Bob's.
Yeah. So how do you feel about this episode? First off, let me say I really like it, which probably shouldn't be a surprise. I have a few gripes with it, namely Mr. Nezer's voice sounding like this. Get out of my office! But, you know, he's Ickabeezer-ish. What do you think about it?
I like it. Good episode. It gave me even more hope for the rest of the series.
And then you proceeded to not watch the rest of the series.
I watched several episodes.
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Yeah, well, I watched all of them. You also listened to all of the podcasts.
I did. I'm an Uber fan. VeggieTales is my life.
You also made the ultimate unofficial VeggieTales podcast. So
I don't think you understand.
Shaming me for my L's.
I don't think you understand what a hyperfixation is. Also, was that a roast on the podcast? Because if so, I guess I accept it.
Yes.
I'm not happy with a lot of it. Or are you?
I like that gag.
Me too. Archibald's hat's funny. I feel like his head like is up too high. Like if you took the head off, you'd have too much of a forehead. The music of ABBA, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
They all look nice here. They look pretty on model. I feel like this was one of the best looking episodes.
And the part with Junior, oh.
Yeah, also him being a homeschooler is nice.
Yes.
Speaking as a homeschooler.
You know, like half the audience cheered after he said that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I know I did.
I definitely did. He's just like me
I
for real.
legitimately, I was so happy.
Me too. It's nice rep.
Yeah.
I like Laura's costume. I wish that she looked like she did in Jonah. That would have been nice to see.
Yeah.
I do like her costume. I have no issue with it. I just prefer the Jonah one. It just, I guess, because it's more nostalgic and I am more familiar with it. It feels strange that they decided to use the outfit they used for one episode ever. I wonder had they continued the
Right.
classic show if they would have used Laura's Saturday Night Fever design moving forward.
Yeah.
I would imagine yes.
Now I do think it's funny how they, act like, oh, Goliath is so obviously missing.
Yeah, that always struck me as odd too.
Despite the fact that he's like barely in the original show.
No, for real. They're like, where's Goliath? We can't do the show without Goliath. He's such an important part of this cast. His mole hair is now green.
Yeah.
Which I guess is kind of less gross. Show.
He's so cute here. I like this model of Goliath, honestly.
I like it too. Also, the references in the background. Look at all the little pictures on the wall.
Yeah, I know.
This show, the VeggieTales show, was incredibly fan servicing.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of fans being very grateful for that.
In fact, it even serviced some of the fans' renders without their permission.
No, you're right. They did.
Yeah.
They used, I don't know whose model it was, but I know whose render it was.
Well, looks like we got work to do.
Looks like we got work to do. That was a bad paw. If I did my full paw potential, I would have had another coughing fit. So
yeah.
How's the theme song coming, Larry?
their hops look okay, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a little floaty, but
For your sister? The show isn't just
for your sister,
But it rhymes with Mister.
I feel like had the whole show
Exactly.
looked like this.
I like Larry's logic here.
Me too. I feel like had the whole show looked like this, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like Petunia looks very on model here.
Mhm.
One issue later on is that they gave her a lot of under eyelid, and she's not supposed to have under eyelid showing unless she's
Right.
unless she is closing her eyes or blinking. Otherwise she doesn't really have under eyelid showing.
My brothers and sisters fight all the time. We fight
Yeah.
for toys. We
Lunt is also incredibly textured, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
If you go back, Larry's model was behind Petunia, just standing there.
your friend.
You can barely
Oh,
see it.
really?
Top of his head was there. Yeah, he was just standing there, like default pose. I think that was a
T-posing.
glitch. I could go back and show you after this.
Okay.
That would be about.
If only
Minutes and 45
Larry
seconds.
was as textured as Lunt is.
Yeah, Larry really is lacking texture. He had some good texture in parts of The Best Christmas Gift.
Yeah.
And then that kind of went away.
Mhm.
I think that will make a great
This does look
show,
nice.
Bob.
Yeah.
Something about the VeggieTales show as a whole, I don't know. The animation is really its own thing. I don't feel like they entirely went back to the classic designs.
I fixed the theme song, Bob.
Because the
I think
eyes.
they
don't know.
probably intended to go back to the classic designs as much as they could.
I'm sure that was their intention, but the eyes are just. Oh, look at Bob's face. His frown was so
Yeah.
deep. I don't know. Their eyes, like, they look nice right now. Look at Larry's eyes. They look good.
Mm-hmm.
But then the default is that right there. His eyes right there. That's the default. So when their eyes look normal, they're making a face, and when they're looking normal, they have those wacky under eyelids.
Yeah.
Also, Larry made record time here. I like that line from Petunia. I guess we'll have to wing it.
Now, Jimmy and Jerry are like phenomenal. Like they look
Their models or their textures?
both, honestly. Like they look just like Hoo Jimmy and Jerry.
They do. Archie looks nice too. most of
Yeah.
the time. Paul and Lunt, I mean Paul specifically. Can't really
Mhm.
complain about Paul. He looks nice. But
On
also like
stage.
Bob and Larry and Junior, when their eyes sorry, I'm so strained. When their eyes are in normal positions, like normal as in how they used to look. You know what I'm saying? Like when their eyes are positioned to look like they looked in the classic show, where they're connected to their nose, they look really nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's not the models. It's the also Larry's tooth is gone here.
Oh.
It's not the models that look bad at all. The models are great. It's the I guess the animation, the default pose they chose.
Right.
Because I'm guessing when you're animating, you have to pick a default pose. So the model's default pose, just looks off.
Too simple, not entertaining enough for my show.
But I won't keep talking about the eyes because that seems like
Veggie keep posing.
seems like a very I don't know, kind of a bland complaint. You know, everyone talks about the eyes. I get it. The eyes look weird, and I agree. But the show is good. The VeggieTales show is really good, and I will die on that hill. This song is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Junior was like, uh-oh. Khalil using 2 sets of arms is different, for sure. I don't think he ever did that before, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't
The background
mind it,
there is
honestly.
so nice. I don't mind it either. It's just different. I like that angle, the tilted angle. The visuals in the background are cute. The background pattern feels like 90s VeggieTales.
It does, yeah. I was about to point that out.
I really like that. Very nice colors here. The P's costumes are great. I think it would have been cool if that was their default costume for the whole show.
Yeah.
I think that would have been nice. I'm really glad they brought Mr. Nezer's original business suit back too. He's wearing his classic suit that he hadn't worn in, I want to say, since the 90s, or I guess 2000s. 2000s, I think he wore it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he was naked in the last few classic episodes.
And what a sight that was to behold.
Oh, it was nice. Not complaining.
Oh, yeah.
Just noting. Talking is hard tonight. Ever have a night like that?
Oh, yeah.
I feel
almost every night.
Marble-mouthed. Not like I don't have things to say. Just that talking is hard. The storyboard to this was different. They cut it a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
But this was the scene we saw storyboarded before the show came out, which was cool. I remember seeing the clips that aired on TBN promoting the best Christmas gift, and they had clips from this episode.
Oh, really?
That was exciting, yeah. Is that the Prince of Ham's palace in the background? It was.
Is it?
That was, yeah, it was the Prince of Ham's palace. Oh my gosh.
Huh. Oh, yeah, it is.
That sparked a meme, too. I'm not sure how widespread it was, but I saw it quite a few places.
Huh.
Aren't we chipper? I just tried to bring you a snack. I love that delivery. Also, this song is funny. I think it's Cobbler who we always talk about this song with. Because they'll be like, I don't like the songs from the VeggieTales show. And I'm like, what about the one that goes, I am Abraham, I am in the Bible?
Literally.
I like the soundtrack to the VeggieTales show.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't think it's better or worse than the Netflix show. I think the Netflix show had equally good music. Not every episode of the Netflix show had good music, but not every episode of the VeggieTales. I say good as in like VeggieTales good, you know?
See, that's why you guys need to get into the original Wiggles. Every episode had great music.
Nah, maybe. I don't know. I can't speak on it.
Exactly. Stupid.
Junior's pupils were big there for a second. But no, VeggieTales in the House and City had a lot of songs that were not necessarily bad, but didn't meet VeggieTales standards, in my opinion.
Right.
And then they had some songs that, in my opinion, easily met or exceeded. standards, like the Bob and Larry Show intro and the Silly Bob song, Friend Like Me. A lot of really good songs. Same with the VeggieTales show. I guess any episode of VeggieTales. Sorry, I had to cough. But I feel like the most recent series have done a lot more music for some reason.
Yeah.
And I feel like doing a lot of music, you're going to have hit and miss type of thing. You're going to have some really good ones
Right.
and some subpar ones.
Can we talk about Goliath as a sheep?
He's cute.
I love him.
He's
He's
so
so cute. He is
Sorry.
absolutely eating in that sheep outfit.
Sorry to keep muting and coughing. I do agree. He looks adorable. He looks huggable.
Yeah, I want a plush of Goliath as a sheep.
Oh, that would be cute. I think Goliath was a cool addition. Because
All you plush makers out there,
make a Goliath in a sheep
get on
costume.
it and send it to me.
He was a cute addition because, like, if you watch the Muppet Show, they had a lot of cake in 1812.
Yeah, he's like Beauregard.
He's like, no, I think he's more of the Sweetums.
Or Sweetums, yeah.
Yeah, Beauregard is the janitor. I feel like Goliath
Yeah.
is more Sweetums. And Beauregard was not a full body costume. I don't think he was a puppet. But Sweetums was one of those full body costumes, and I feel like that
Yeah.
matches Goliath more. Because when they all get out,
I
on
always
stage,
say
you have the little-
Beauregard when I mean to say Sweetums.
Oh yeah, Beauregard's a different story.
Yeah.
I like the tension between Bob and the characters here. I like how they all walked past him. Larry congratulated them, and Bob did not. He was holding the board and looking angry.
Yeah.
Also, the water is moving. That looked nice. And the sun is moving too. And Icky.
The
land is
visuals are
bad.
very
If I
Abe-esque.
get that one, I'll be mad. Also, Jimmy playing Lot and Paul playing Abe is a nice consistency.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They didn't keep that consistency later on in later Bible stories because, like, you got
Right.
Jimmy as King Saul, you've got Nezer as King Saul. No, Jimmy's King Darius, Nezer's King Saul, and then Archibald is King Saul again, and Don't Give Up on Doing Good. So it kind of was a case by case thing. And then Madame Blueberry was Sarah instead of Mall Grape. I think they intended to include Mall Grape because she was in the model pack they had in the trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her or the grape from Mary Larry. I'm not sure which one.
Huh. Interesting.
I think we talked about that last night. Because I said Emma Grape and
Crap, we did.
you thought Christina. Or
Yeah.
Emma. What Emma? Wait, what Emma?
Yeah.
What Emma did you think I meant?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because the girl in Mary Larry was Christina. Maui Lowy. The girl in Maui
I
Lowy.
don't know.
LOL.
LOL.
ROTFL. I remember Mom. Bob's like, huh? Oh, I get it. Bob's having one of those moments. He's like, oh. Cute episode, though. I really like it.
Yeah.
Also, the laugh here, I think, is from the theme song, but I could be wrong. The little giggle. The little giggle. Little giggle.
That's what I call you.
You got a
My
little
little
giggle. VeggieTales
My
and
little
VeggieTales
giggle.
with a little giggle. Bob's so happy, but they're not happy to see him. They're not happy to see
Aw.
him.
Great job, guys. That was really nice.
There's Larry's
Poor
wacky eyes.
guy.
Now he's normal again.
I'm afraid I owe you all an apology.
Maybe you do, Bob.
What do you mean?
Oh, look how happy everyone is that he's apologizing. They were all smiling.
Mm-hmm.
I made my ideas more
The song in the end is
important
cute,
than your
too.
ideas. I made me
Yeah.
more important than you.
I like this one a lot. It's very tight,
No.
very concise.
Like you.
Yeah, exactly. It has room to be Room to be silly and room to be educational.
Like me.
Also, I really like that they included that in the trailer. That shot right there is really nice.
Yeah.
Larry looked nice. Bob looked nice. What do you think about singing us a little song in your normal voice? No offense to Tress, but Lisa is Junior.
Yeah.
Tress could have been another fun boy character for VeggieTales.
Yeah, her junior, like, she could have at least listened back to Lisa's and tried.
I feel like that
something.
would have
Like,
not.
if she can do Dot Warner.
Look how big his eyes are. Yep,
Yeah.
I kind of disagree. I feel
Really?
like if she tried to imitate Lisa, I'd probably have more of an issue with it. The fact that she took a different route, I respect more. Had she tried to do an imitation of Lisa's voice, it would have felt wrong and off.
Yeah.
Because you can't imitate that. The fact that she went a different route, I think, was a smart idea, personally.
Yeah.
Relax.
I don't know. It's just one of those characters that, like, you know,
Needs that
it'd
voice,
be different
I guess.
if it was some side character, but it's the third most popular character.
True, yeah. People don't really think about the fact that Junior had a different voice actors for so long. They always talk about the podcast, but no one ever thinks about the fact that Junior got recasted for, what, 6 seasons?
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me.
What's crazy to me is they refused to pay Lisa Vischer.
Yeah,
anything
I know.
good. Yet
So
they
much
turn around
icky
and
corporate
get
stuff
Tress
going on.
McNeil to do it.
So much icky
Tress
corporate
McNeil was
stuff.
not getting SAG minimum.
No, definitely not. There's some, I don't know, some icky corporate stuff going on.
Yeah.
Makes me sad. This is cute, though.
I wonder how much Mike was getting paid to do the voices versus Phil. Do you think he did it for SAG minimum?
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah.
I kind of doubt it. Then again, I feel like Mike looked at it differently. I think he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Whereas Phil was like, look what they're doing to my creation. Mike was like, Larry, yay. I could be wrong. I can assume how Mike felt. But just based on little comments he's made in podcasts, I feel like he kind of liked the show. He said he liked Bacon Bill. I think he mentioned it was fun to perform Larry in the show. I feel like Phil was probably more hurt by it.
And
could be wrong.
You can't blame him.
I can't blame him at all. No. And I can't speak for them. That's just my guess, but I could be wrong. I'd have to ask Mike. I know how Phil feels about it because I know Phil. I don't know how Mike feels about it because I haven't got to know Mike yet, but I'm going to.
The more I think about it, I just feel so bad for Phil every time.
Well, imagine making a character and finding out they're making a movie about your character through a movie news site or Twitter.
Yeah. Or imagine finding out that people who don't like your work are making a spin-off of your work and completely changing it.
Exactly, yeah.
Because,
but Phil did
Doug
still do the show.
Literally admitted he does not like VeggieTales at all.
Did he say that?
He
said he doesn't like VeggieTales?
Yeah.
What was he doing? What was he doing with VeggieTales then?
He was asked by Netflix.
Great episode. This was cute. The whole show is good.
Yeah.
Go watch the VeggieTales show, people. Heck, go watch the Netflix show. Also, this was before they reanimated the logo. First one with the reanimated logo was Power of Love. The 4th episode.
I forgot about the reanimated logo, actually.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, good show. I like the Netflix show too, so maybe it doesn't mean much coming from me. But go watch it.